This is K1DBC. All stations please stand by. The Denver Radio Club Learning Net starts in 5 minutes. This is K1DBC. The DRC Learning Net will start in 1 minute. All stations please stand by while the repeaters are placed into net mode.
PL off.
Good evening. Hello and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. My name is Daron and I am Net Control. This is a casual conversation where we can discuss ham radio and STEM topics in general. And thankfully we have plenty of combined expertise and experience. We meet every Wednesday except the third Wednesday of the month at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 1930 hours on 145.490 and 448.625. Both have a negative 600 kilohertz offset, meaning you transmit on 144.890 or 448.025 respectively. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? You can contact us via email at drclearningnet@gmail.com, hamlearningnet@groups.io, also groups.io/g/ham-learningnet, and on youtube.com/WEREGR8, or if you search for K1DBC or W0TX, you should be able to find it on there, and you're more than welcome to check in online as well. This is K1DBC Net Control. We will begin by inviting Elmers only to check in with or without traffic. All Elmers, please check in now.
Alpha 0, Juliet Kilo. AA0JK, Fred Armada, good evening.
Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Juliet, India. Tom in Arvada, checking in.
All right, Net Control, I'd like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-in. Elmers, AA0JK Fred, and then there was a Tom in there. I think I may have missed part of your call sign. I had Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Juliet. Was that correct?
Yes, India. Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Juliet, India.
All right, got you checked in that time. Kilo Echo 0, Juliet, India. Tom, got you checked in. Didn't know if you meant to, but that was during Elmer point. It really doesn't matter, but got you checked in. Yeah, feel free to jump in at any time. Okay, and online, I'd like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-ins. KC0JAV, Frank, and KD0EIR. Jack, thank you both for checking in online. Okay, this is K1DBC Net Control. All other check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of your call sign. That would be the first letter after the number in your call sign. If you can, please try to use ITU phonetics as you check in and indicate if you have any traffic or questions as you do. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
W0TX repeater. This is Kilo Foxtrot 0 Delta Lima Whiskey, Daniel in Aurora, Colorado. How are you receiving me? No traffic.
Good evening, Duran. Tom, K6HJV, Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor. No traffic.
Kilo 0 Lima Alpha India, K0 LEI, Larry in Lakewood. Foxtrot 0 Alpha Whiskey Charlie Brian Wheat Ridge. No traffic.
Whiskey Delta 6 Delta Oscar Kilo. Rich in Arvada. Good evening, all. No traffic.
D0 Bravo Kilo Sierra Barb in Wheat Ridge.
Okay, let's go ahead and hold up there for just a moment. Net Control would like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-ins. KF0DLW. As far as your signal report, you're sounding great. Readability is perfectly readable, very strong signal, and very good pure tone. So yeah, you're coming in loud and clear. K6HJV Tom, K0LAI Larry, KF0AWC Brian, WD6DOK Rich, and W0BKS Barb. Thank you all for checking in. Okay, one more call if you'd like to check in, and your call suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike. Please check in now.
Kilo 0 Kilo Papa Sierra. Kevin. Lakewood. No traffic.
November 0 Echo Yankee Zulu Jim, Southern Jefferson County. No traffic.
Okay, and that time we had K0KPS Kevin and N0EYZ Jed. Thank you both for checking in. We'll go ahead and open up the whole alphabet. If this is a K1DBC, if your suffix begins with the letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu, please check in now with your name, call sign, and let us know if you have any traffic questions. Please call now.
Kilo 0 Yankee Echo Sierra. Ken in Broomfield.
Kilo Echo 0 Sierra Uniform Mike, Jonathan, Lakewood.
All right, Net Control, I would like to welcome knowledge of the following seconds, K0YES and KE0SUM. Jonathan, thank you both for checking in. Another call, if you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net just for the count, or if you have any traffic or questions, we'll take an all call, suffixes all call signs. Please call now with your name, call sign, and let us know if you have any traffic or questions. Please call now. Okay, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Feel free to check in at any given drop in the conversation, and we're more than happy to get you in there. I'll take other check-ins and a few more opportunities throughout the net. I guess once more, though, if you'd like to check in, please call now. Okay, this is K1DBC Net Control. I don't see anybody indicated that they had any traffic questions for the net. I can try to bring some things up if needed, but if anybody has any traffic questions, comments, questions, anything, projects you're working on, anything you want to share with the group, please call now.
Question, S.t.e.m.
Yeah, Jonathan, go ahead.
Well, I'm always fascinated by ham radio and its unboundless it doesn't seem to have limitations. So I was listening the other day to a nice QSO among a number of operators, and they mentioned a moonshot, EME, Earth, Moon, Earth, and I found that fascinating. And then I have a number of people who are working satellites. I'm fairly new to the hobby. How difficult is that? I've kind of explored it on Google and some YouTubes, but it's kind of a fascinating aspect of the hobby. I just wasn't sure. Seems like some people can do it with as simple as like an arrow two-directional, but I don't know. I just kind of throw that question out there, Drone. KE0SUM, back to net.
All right, yeah, great question there, Jonathan, KE0SUM. This is K1DBC. Yeah, EME, Earth, Moon, Earth. Using the moon to bounce radio reflections off of it. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, I've heard of meteor scatter and definitely Earth, Moon, Earth. And yeah, as you mentioned, satellite operations. I haven't gotten much into it myself either. Other than, yeah, seeing some photos of maybe Yagis pointing up the ISS, things like that. But has anybody done any satellite operations or bouncing reflections off the moon or meteor scatter or anything like that? I guess call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, great question, though. Yeah, I need to start getting more into satellite operations. Receiving seems to be fairly easy, but I'm sure maybe transmitting is maybe a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I don't know. I know meteor scatter just is the MFSK something or other, I think. And it's kind of similar to like FT8, but I know that some people have spoken about meteor scatter in the past. But yeah, anybody have any comments, questions in regards to satellite operations or Earth, Moon, Earth? Go ahead.
A0JK.
Yeah, Fred, A0JK, go ahead.
Yeah, if you go on the internet and look up K7AGE, he's got a great video. Actually, he's got more than one. But he's got great videos on setting up, tracking, and communicating with satellites, making contacts with satellites. So I think that's the best way to go. Just watch him and his videos, and you can pretty much points out everything you need to know. AA0JK.
W0TX repeater.
Hey, Fred, what was this call again, please? DOK. Kilo 7 Alpha Golf Echo Age K7AGE. Thank you.
Thank you also. I hear E's and Z's sometimes the same.
All right, sounds good. Thanks there, Fred, and all the other follow-up there. Absolutely, yeah. K7AGE, Randy, seems to be a pretty well-rounded YouTuber, or has been around in the hobby quite a while now. So, yeah, K7AGE, yeah. So, yeah, we definitely need to start getting more into that. I'll be speaking about Field Day a little bit more here in just a bit, but hopefully we can try to do some satellite operations from there and demonstrations. So, yeah, anybody else on that topic, please call now. All right, this is K1DBC. All right, does anybody else have any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else you'd like to bring up for the net? Please call now.
Yeah, I have one more comment, Ron.
Yeah, K0SUM, Jonathan. Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to mention there's an informal fox hunt coming up on Sunday the 16th. It's covering the northwest section of the Denver area from 48th Avenue clear up to like Louisville, C470 and over east. But it's a lot of fun. More and more players are doing it. Starts at 9 a.m., goes till everybody finishes. But I just thought I'd mention I've done quite a few of them. I'm looking forward to this next hunt on Sunday the 16th. KE0SUM, back to net.
JK.
All right, thanks there, Jonathan. Is this with the same person that's been holding it? I don't have their call sign offhand, but you've mentioned it in the past. Is it the same group, it sounds like?
Robert is the informal leader, N0CFM, and if you contact him on AOL.com, he'll put you on the mailing list. Just put in fox hunting. He shows the boundaries and start times and what the frequencies are going to be, but they're always the same, 146565 is the transmitter, hidden transmitter frequency. But yeah, if you get a hold of Robert, he can. We're delighted to have more and more people. And it seems to be getting bigger. Great way to get out of the house and have some fun. You only need a tech license.
Okay, very, very cool. Yeah, Robert, N0CFM, AOL.com. Yeah, if anybody has any interest in that, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Let me make sure of something here. AZ or JK, Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, question. Where do they meet? Where do they get together at the beginning to start fox hunt?
Yeah, well, some groups, if you watch YouTube's, do meet at a central location. Our casual play is we all get a copy of the map from email, and you set up wherever you'd like to start and hunt from there. And we don't have a central location. The fun part, though, is, at the end of the game, everybody hangs around out in the parking lot, and sometimes the microfox is set up, so you do that. But I've met so many new hams, and a lot of times we'll go out and have a little lunch afterwards. But no central location. We just look in the boundaries. You can start out of the boundaries if you want, but that really wouldn't make any sense.
A0JK, thank you.
Yeah, it seems to be working okay. I'm not too sure. I just checked on a couple of machines here, John. I'm not sure. Oh, although he may not hear that. Okay. Very, very cool. S.t.e.m. Jonathan. Yeah, Fred for the follow-up there. Yeah. Yeah, fox hunting's a lot of radio direction finding, and yeah, just need your tech license, and just a lot of fun. Just go out and find a transmitter, some good radio land navigation skills. So very, very neat. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. I know, Fred, you had something else, or did you have anything else on there, Fred? Sorry.
Negative. Just wanted to get some kind of an idea of whether they had a initial get-together to where newbies could get explanations as to how to use the equipment, and suggestions. There's quite a little bit to it there initially, so it's always nice to have a central starting point there for some training. A0TK.
Comment, S.U.M.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, comment. Yeah, S.U.M. Go ahead.
Well, one of the things that actually Robert and I went down and did a hunt. Was it last Sunday, Sunday before, in Colorado Springs, and so we rode down together and had a very successful hunt. Came in fourth, and they just given us the same kind of map. But we talked on the way back. I've done 5, 6 hunts now. We're looking for a good open space here in the Denver area to put on just a little training session. Put out a Micro Fox, 2 of them. He's bought another one, and get together. And we have antennas, and almost everybody has an HT, and most HTs will work. But we're trying to set up like a. I think what you're saying, Fred, is we're trying to set up a little training session so everybody's like, oh, okay, this is what I look for on the S meter, and here's what I hear. Because we'd love to have more players. In the eastern boundaries, I-25, we've increased it from like 10 by 10 miles to 13 by 13 miles. It covers a little more area, but we're hoping to set up like a demonstration kind of session sometime soon this spring. KE0SUM, back to net.
JK.
Excellent. Thanks there, Jonathan. Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, anything that we can do to get more people in and help understand how this stuff works is definitely awesome. Yeah, A0JK, Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, a park, a city park, just an open space or open space area. We got plenty of them around, but kind of pick one out that's centrally located, convenient to everyone of interest. And there's plenty of places there to coordinate. A0JK.
W0TX repeater.
SUM.
Yeah, SUM, go ahead.
Yeah, Fred, that's I've lived here since '81. That's the interesting thing. We'd like a big open area, preferably with some either terrain or trees where you're hiding the Micro Fox. But that's the plan. Probably somewhere centrally located. Robert lives up toward Broomfield, and I'm in Lakewood. But we've played all over town. But I think from my conversation with him, it's like let's throw out the call and see who'll stop by and is interested in hidden transmitter hunting. So I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to happen. KE0SUM, back to net.
Very, very neat. All right. Yeah, great conversation here. Yeah, very, very cool. All right, anyone else on the topic of fox hunting or how to get involved or anything like that, please call now.
K0JI. How large of an area do you need for your training demonstration?
Can I take this, Jerron?
Yeah, go right ahead, Jonathan.
Well, see, normally the way your hidden transmitter hunt starts is we have the main transmitter, and that's usually putting out about 1 watt. It's all simplex, and then we try to locate that with our tape measure beams, arrow antennas, whatever antenna directional you have. But for training purposes, we're looking for, we do a Micro Fox 1500 milliwatts, a couple of them, so we'd like a large enough area to kind of space those out, and then preferably, with maybe a picnic area or shelter where you get together and show off antennas, that kind of thing. So, I don't know, I guess a large city park would work quite nicely. KE0SUM, thanks, Ron.
All right, sounds good there, Jonathan. Yeah, hopefully that answered your question there, OJI, or if you have any follow-up on that, go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking about some of the open spaces around Arvada and then up spaces. I believe it's part of Boulder. Easy to get to. K0OJI over.
All right, sounds good, OJI. Yeah, thanks. It broken up a little bit at the end there, but yeah, it sounds like yeah, some potential open space, Boulder, or in that area potentially might be some good options. So yeah, thanks for that. All right, this is K1DBC. I was trying to find, there was a video, I don't know if it was ARRL or the UK counterpart, RSGB, but there was a video I watched a while back. It was like a 1920s, 1930s fox hunt. I was trying to find that. If I can find that, I'll try to bring it up here. Otherwise, I'll try to bring it up in our groups.io. But yeah, very, very cool stuff. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. I guess I'll just take this opportunity to take any further check-ins. If you've just tuned in, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. It's an on-air meeting for radio amateurs seeking help, and Elmers giving their time to help us. Everyone is welcome to join in. If there's anyone who wishes to check in at this time, please do so with your call sign using IT Phonetics, your name, and state if you have any traffic or questions for the net. Please call now. All right, one more call at the moment. If you'd like to check in just for the count, or if you have any traffic questions, please call now.
WD0CIV, WD0CIV, Charles and Denver, no traffic.
All right, WD0CIV, Charles, got you checked in. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Does anybody have any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else you'd like to bring up for the net? Please call now.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 0 Delta Lima Whiskey Daniel. Question I had was, I've tried a couple times to reach the International Space Station by handheld at a frequency of 145.200, and when it was directly overhead, and I was wondering if anyone else has had that possibility or made a connection. And also, following you on YouTube, I don't know if it's just me using my little phone, but everything seems out of focus.
Comment AA0JK.
All right, great question there, Daniel, DLW. I am not sure on the ISS. Looks like that is the right frequency, 145.200. I'll have to check here a little bit more. The YouTube should be okay. It should be in 1080p. I can check on my end, but it may just need to increase the quality. May have just gone down to like 480p or something. But AA0JK, Fred, go ahead.
Yes, AA0JK. You might check and make sure to see if they're operating split. The last time I did that, it was split frequency, receiving on one frequency and transmitting on another. and you have to make sure that you see when they're going to be making their pass over your local area. And also, they aren't always available to be able to contact just random calls. Usually it's all quite organized, like for groups, like schools and what have you. So they're not always available there to make contacts when they make a pass. AA0JK.
All right, thanks there, Fred. Yeah, I haven't done much with the ISS other than some of the slow scan television reception. Yeah, if you look up, though, it looks like maybe the ARISS group, ARISS, Amateur Radio on the International Space Station, might be split. But yeah, as Fred mentioned, you kind of have to get lucky with that. You have to kind of follow the schedule of when a school is actually scheduled to do that, and then there's often stories about people just being able to speak with them on the air either before or after or something like that. Another thing is if you have any sort of APRS abilities, it is a digipeater, so you can send an APRS packet to it, and it should digipede it back and as NA1SS. So that's another option too to check into as well. So KF0 DLW, this is K1DBT. Go ahead.
W0TX repeater.
JK.
Yeah, A0JK. Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, the last crew that just returned, four hams. Four of the crew members were ham radio operators. I'm not sure exactly what they have available up there at the crew presently occupying the space station. You might look to see that also. But when you get up there, you're pretty lucky, and don't expect to carry on a conversation. That is probably pretty much restricted to the group school contacts, and it goes. They go across extremely quick. So and you wind up having to compete with a lot of stations. I've done it once and made one contact. It was just long enough to swap call letters, and that was it. A0JK.
Yeah, this is DLW. That's what I was just hoping for, to just make a quick contact. And I've always tried it when they were directly overhead, usually when I have a span of about 5 or 6 minutes, and they're literally right overhead, and I can actually make a visual.
Don't start calling as they come over the horizon. Don't wait till they're overhead. Start calling when they break the horizon. And if you start calling as they're directly overhead, it reduces your chances of making a contact.
This is DLW. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was doing it just as I figured that they were going to come over the horizon, and then continuously as I saw them overhead.
Keep us posted, AA0JK.
DLW will do.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, let us know. That'd be awesome. I definitely want to be able to do that, something like that, and I need to start getting more into the satellite work and things like that. Yeah, really, really cool. Yeah, it looks like on ARISS.org they have a Contact the ISS link, and it kind of goes into a little bit about they sometimes take on unscheduled amateur radio voice contacts, and kind of go into a little bit more on that and the frequencies in use and things like that. So. Yeah, plenty of opportunity. Yeah, and if you do, you'll get a QSL card even if you do a APRS. I think I've seen people get a QSL card back from them for just doing APRS as well. So yeah, very, very cool. Anyone else on the topic of ISS working the ISS via FM or digital or anything else like that, go ahead. Okay, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Does anyone else have any other comments, questions, check-ins, or anything else you'd like to bring up for the net? Please call now.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood, late check-in.
All right, N0TRP, Jim, got you checked in. Okay, this is K1DBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learner Net. I could bring up a couple things. I can talk about field day. But if anybody else has any other comments, questions at the moment, let me know and we can speak about it. Okay, this is K1DBC. I guess I can speak about our field day. If you are a club member, you should have received an email with some basic information on how to, or basically taking a survey. But even if you're not a club member, you can, if you look at our website and click on the thing at the top here, it'll take you to the field day webpage. And there's a link to basically just my website at the moment, but that links you to everything else. So again, if you go to W0TX.org and you select the option for field day, or if you go to my website, k1dbc.com/FD, there is a Google form questionnaire I've been sending or had sent out. So if you haven't filled that out, go ahead and do that. What this allows for is just for us to better gauge our current attendance rates, things like that. So ask some basic questions if you plan on attending, if you want to camp, if you'd like to use your own equipment. There's volunteer positions and any other options out there as well. So go ahead and fill that out. That'll let us know. We are still in a planning phase. Again, in that, I also... excuse me, let me drop here for a moment. There's also, within that, as well as on my page and on my YouTube, there is a trailer, a little quick 2 to 3 minute video of our past 2019 field day and what you can kind of expect to see. So if you haven't ever been to a field day before, it's kind of just a camping event a little bit, and we'll get some vehicles up there and some antennas raised and try to make contacts. So yeah, check out that trailer if you want. But yeah, try to fill out that questionnaire. June 26th through the 27th, field day takes place, 12 p.m. through 3 p.m. on Sunday. Come and hang out with us. We're just trying to get a good understanding of how many people are going to attend, who'd like to volunteer. So more info on that, again, w0tx.org/field day or k1dbc.com/FD. And in general, arrl.org/field-day. So yeah, go take that questionnaire, let us know, and we'll go from there. So if anybody has any comments, questions in regards to field day, please call now.
Got much better visual on you now. Increased my DPI. If you could go back to your contact information, please.
All right, sounds good there, DLW. I think there might have been somebody else trying to get in there too. I'll get back here in just a minute. My contact info, you can email me directly at my call sign at arrl.net. So it's Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie K1DBC at arrl.net. K1DBC at arrl.net. You're also more than welcome just to email the club officially. If you'd like to just email W0TX at W0TX.org, and just with the title of or subject of field day, it'll get over to me as well. All right, this is K1DBC. There was KF0DLW Daniel, and there was somebody else trying to call in as well.
AA0JK.
Yeah, A0JK. Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, once we determine whether or not we're going to be able to get together for field day, once that information comes out, and it looks like we're going to be able to have a group get together, I plan on attending as usual. I'll have my communication van there, and for anyone that has any questions there concerning ham radio, antennas, or any questions relating to amateur radio, I will be available, or at least I will attempt to be, as long as we don't have any electrical storms like we had one year. But anyhow, I'll have my station there once we determine whether or not we're going to actually be able to have a field day. AA0JK.
Yeah, question?
Go.
Yeah, did you secure the Chief Post campsite yet? WD6DOK.
DOK, K1DBC. We're still working with them. I'm still trying to get a hold of them. I have not gotten any response from them, unfortunately, this year. But hopefully either that site, and we definitely have another alternative closer and with a good amount of space, and it should still suffice. It won't be up in the mountains a little bit like that, but we definitely have a nice open location this year as well.
Question, S.t.e.m.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, and on the volunteer positions, yeah, we have plenty of opportunities. Like as I was mentioning, satellite operations, get on the air stations, any PR, media, safety officers. There's a tour guide, setup, breakdown. There's plenty of opportunities to volunteer here if you'd like. S.t.e.m. Go ahead.
Well, I've never been to a field day. Now I'm 3 years into the hobby, but I keep thinking about it. So when you do yours, if I was to go to field day, I'd take my mobile rig 891, the antennas, battery, etc. But do you guys set up like a mobile command station where people can sign up to go for QSOs? It is a contest weekend, I believe. KE0-SUM, back to net.
JK.
Sorry about that. Yeah, A0JK. Yeah, Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, Jonathan, if you're watching Daron's feed, it shows all of the equipment there in past field days, and we definitely have a primary station there using the Salvation Army's vehicles there, right there. Daron just passed it. We've got a major antennas there to set up. There it is. There's the antenna. But yes, we have a primary station, and then we'll have a couple others there that'll be set up for individual bands. One for 20, one for 40, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you are invited to participate, make some contacts, and enjoy the festivities. Also, the Salvation Army has a what we used in the Navy call a roach coach with food and beverage. So plan to attend once we have established that we are going to be able. Oh, there's our cook. There's TOR. There's Jim, our good old cook there. Hi, Jim. But anyhow, I digress. Plan to attend once they've established we're going to be able to get together and be able to use the Salvation Army vehicles. AA0JK, it's a lot of fun.
So it looks like I am linked in with Daron on the internet, so I did see your cook, and that looks good. So a lot of good cooking. I'm assuming some of you guys might have a beer in the evenings.
Only one?
I thought I pluralized it, but this looks great. I'm really interested. I do have the equipment for HF, and no, I'm just getting so much better. Ham radio is so much fun, Fred. You're an inspiration, too. KE0SUM, back to you, Daron.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and one of the this guy right here, he has some info on some of the late night activities. But yeah, as you had mentioned, though, yeah. Well, one of the questions in the survey is, would you like to operate using your own equipment? That has been somewhat of a not contention, but people would like to bring their own equipment and use it, or at least try it out and things like that. What we have to really do, though, is just frequency coordination. We can't set up like a 100+ watt station or whatever with these giant antennas all super close to each other. So yeah, we kind of did 20 or 40 within this van here, and then there was another tent right here. We did 20 or 40 opposite as well, and then some other people did 6 meters and some other frequencies. So within this amount of area, we were able to operate all three separate bands. But I'd love to be able to have people bring in their own equipment, because people have asked for that in the past, and it'll just take a little bit of effort and maybe some technology to try to do some filtering out. But yeah, it is a lot of fun, and yeah, this just shows that it's just going out camping, just having fun. And it was a bit rainy. We didn't have great weather that year, but hopefully better next year. And yeah, a lot of fun. So yeah, that is hopefully going to be Field Day 2021. Any other comments, questions, anything you'd like to bring up in regards to Field Day, please call now.
JK?
Yeah, A0JK. Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, when you first come in and check in, let them know what your interests are, and then they kind of can direct you to how to coordinate with the rest of the group. Yes, we will have primary stations. We normally have primary stations on the major bands that are open at the time. But when you bring your own equipment, even if you do not actually go on the air with it, it gives you an opportunity to share ideas, show other hams your setup, what kind of equipment you have, share some of your previous experiences with your gear, and just like my mobile communication van, I've always had folks come over and we have a picnic table or something sitting there, and we'll talk about antennas. I'll show them how the setup is that I have there, and give you some kind of ideas if you're interested in having a grab-and-go box, set up an emergency backup station, anything amateur radio related. It gives us an opportunity to see your equipment and maybe help you improve or learn from you also. So don't hesitate to bring up your grab-and-go box or whatever you have available. AA0JK, back to net control.
All right. Yeah, this is K1 GBC Net Control for the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. So yeah, you don't even need to really be licensed to participate in this, either as a participant or a volunteer. We're more than happy to take any help that we can get. And this event is for the public, and so we're going to invite as many people as we can, as many news media outlets and as many of our service agencies as we can. So if you're listening, watching, you have any interest, don't hesitate to show up, and you are always more than welcome to operate on our Get on the Air station using somebody else's call sign. Well, it'll be all call sign, but yeah, you can operate without having a call sign. So yeah, plenty of fun. At minimum, it's just kind of getting out, hanging out, nice camping, maybe some cooking, and then playing around with technology. So anyone else at the moment in regards to the upcoming field day, please call now.
JK?
Yeah, A0JK. Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, for those of you who are interested in CW, Alex is usually there and set up operating CWs, so you can kind of watch over his shoulder and see how he makes his contacts and how those contacts get logged into the computer there that coordinates all of the active stations. So there he is. There's Alex, and he's our primary CW operator during field days. So definitely show up, stop by, say hello, and talk with us about your interests concerning amateur radio. AA0JK, it's a great time.
Zero, Fox Charlie, Jerry, late check-in with a question.
W0FFC, Jerry, go ahead. And I got you checked in.
For those of us who've never done contesting before, is there something we can read about before we get there? And will there be somebody around to help us with the details, such as logging and everything else that goes on?
Affirmative.
All right, yeah, good question there. Yeah, arrl.org/field-day has the really good specific material on the rules and awards and things like that. Excuse me. Yeah, this year what I'm trying to do is with this questionnaire, really trying to formalize our volunteers' effort and support. And I'm really wanting to have like a welcome station, people helping with contesting, things like that. We use a program called S.t.e.m logger, and we have some PCs spread around and kind of like a little Wi-Fi network, and we use this to capture our official W0TX call sign contacts. Let me drop here just for a moment. Yes, so I haven't really operated much at field day, unfortunately. I didn't get too much of an opportunity. But yeah, through the use of S.t.e.m, lost that here, and some computers, it's really easy to make the contacts, put the contacts in the log. Hopefully that kind of answered your question there, Jerry. If you have any other follow-up on that, go ahead.
Comment.
Yeah, A0JK, Fred, go ahead.
Yeah, usually at our primary operating positions, we usually have two individuals at each one. So don't shy away from operating one. Getting some airtime on one of those stations, because usually there's somebody else with you to make the entries into the computer. So you make the contact and get the call letters and the general information, and you'll have somebody there with you to take care of the paperwork, so to speak, computer entries. So a lot of fun. Don't hesitate to join us. AA0JK.
I tried a couple years ago, and I must tell you, it was intimidating, even with somebody there. It's just, the speed at which these contacts are made is a little bit intimidating, but we'd like to try it again. When is set up this year?
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'll try to bring up some audio of a field day contact, but it's very... They say the bands are dead, but on field day they certainly aren't. Yeah, and there's a lot of speed and veracity with those contacts. It setup will be the 25th, June 25th, Friday. There will be an announcement once we finalize the location. But currently it should be June 25th for setup, and then operations. Noon to noon or so, Saturday to Sunday, and then breakdown after that. Okay, very, very cool. Yeah. Again, more info on that, k1dbc.com. It's just on the front page there. There's an option for field day. Or if you go to W0TX.org, and then on the drop down on the top, select the field day info, and that'll take you to the same place. June 26th, 27th, a little bit of time left, but that time will come up pretty quick. Yeah, if you can, try to fill out that survey. We try to get some understanding of who's going to be showing up, who can do what, and hopefully this year we'll have a much better event for anybody wanting to come in and just try things out, and hopefully there'll be a good amount of more formal support this year. So with that, wow, it's around 8:30. Let me drop here for a moment. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. There's no hard stop, but we usually end in a couple minutes here. But if anybody else has any comments, questions, check-ins, anything else you'd like to bring up for the net, please let us know.
S.t.e.m. question.
Yeah, KE0SUM, Jonathan, go ahead.
It's been a great net, thanks, Jerome. I was thinking, I was intimidated when I had my tech license about going to one of a field day. Well, now I'm a general, so you do learn, and it changes your attitude once you go HF. But I believe technicians can check in on HF and field day. Is it an extra that has to do that? I forget the rule. KE0SUM, back to you, Jerome.
Comment.
Good question. You'd think I should know that, but I'm trying to check that out. AA0JK, Fred, go ahead.
AA0JK. If you're just a technician, or even if you're not even licensed yet, we will have somebody there at each one of the stations who is licensed and oversee and explain and let you get on the air. So it's a great opportunity, even if you don't have your general or extra class license. You don't have to have an extra, depending upon, what part of the band, of course, that you're operating in. That will determine who is with you, is there to oversee the transmissions. But no, if you are only a technician, or even if you're not even licensed yet, at least take a look, see how things are done, and it's a great learning experience. So join us and take the opportunity to get on the air, and it will definitely encourage you to upgrade. AA0JK.
Quick follow-up question there, Fred. As a general, can I check in a technician on HF? KE0SUM.
W0.
Not quite sure what you are saying there, Jonathan. if you're a general, you've got pretty much most of the frequencies there that will be used during the field day, so you have no issues. What do you mean by the technician portion of your question?
Oh, well, see, I'm wanting to encourage anybody with a tech license or better to go to field day, but as a tech, I'm pretty sure I could go up and one of you could have let me talk on HF. I just don't remember quite how that works.
It works great. It works great. You will have someone there with you, and you will be able to talk on the HF bands as long as you are supervised. So it's a great opportunity to do so and see what is available to you as a general or extra. So don't worry. Get in there and participate. AA0JK.
So one other quick question is, once you're, say we're on 20 meters and you've made a contact, then do you give the technicians a call sign as another amateur, another radio operator for the contact?
Negative. This is all goes through the club station. W0TX will be the call letters that will be used during the activities. Everything will be logged under W0TX, and that's the call letters you'll also use as you are making your contacts.
Thank you. That explains it perfectly. I've been doing a lot of POTA, and if you have two operators, we do it a little differently. But I appreciate it. I've learned a lot this evening. Great. KE0SUM, back to you, Drone.
WD0EDH.
With the call sign?
Whiskey Delta Zero, Echo Delta Hotel.
And your name?
You want it forward or backwards? It's west, Whiskey Echo Sierra.
Okay, how is that backwards?
SEW.
Thanks for checking in.
So when you guys going to open up, going up here to the Taj Mahal for meetings? When they're going to do that, starting?
As soon as they unlock the doors. Oh man, do I miss those activities and get-togethers. We don't know just as yet. We haven't heard anything yet. So the club president is on it, and just as soon as the doors open and they allow us to come in and hopefully be able to use those resources, those fantastic resources that we had, we will definitely let you know. And boy, I tell you, the sooner the better. AA0JK, back to net control.
Yes, for sure. Thank you for the information. WD0EDH. Take care.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, WD0EDH West got you checked in. Thanks for checking in here. Hopefully we can resume operations up there soon. I guess real quick to follow, just to finish up on field day. Yeah, it's all done under the club's call sign. You can kind of think of it as third-party check-ins. You don't even need to be an operator, and you can kind of still operate on the HF bands. And I think maybe what you were referring to as a general, you could probably help somebody on the general bands that's only technician. Yeah. All right. We are almost at the end, or pretty much at the end of this. Does anybody else have any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else you'd like to bring up for the net? Please call now. Okay, this is K1DBC Net Control, Denver Radio Club. I don't really have much. If you always go to the blog rtl-sdr.com, always plenty of info on there. HD radio, if you want to decode that, now you can do that through software-defined radio. The radio that your car receives, you can receive audio and all those things like that. Let's see, there's a new Android client. You can hook up software-defined radio to your Android phone. Plenty of options there via USB on-the-go cable. Some interesting clients out there. See another article here about decoding ACARs. It is the aircraft telemetry, aircraft communications addressing reporting system. Interesting things there. So, yeah, plenty of info over on rtl-sdr.com if you have any interest in software-defined radios. Just trying to see if I have anything else. I don't really at the moment. I'll throw it out, though. Does anybody have any other last-minute comments, questions, check-ins, anything else you'd like to bring up for the net? Please call now. Okay. I guess touching on one thing we had spoken about last time about Whisper, WSPR, and usage of tracking the MH370 Malaysia Airlines flight. There's just some more follow-up on that. If you go to airlineratings.com, there's an interesting article on how the weak signal propagation, WSPR, kind of relates and it has helped track and define where the last moments of that aircraft. So pretty interesting. That's pretty much all that I have. I'll do one last final call. Any other comments, check-ins, questions, anything else you'd like to bring up? Please call now. Okay, more info on the club, Denver Radio Club, W0TX.org. Field day info link on there. Special Summits on the Air, special event. Next meeting is going to be on the May 19th on the subject of stealth and attic antennas. We definitely talk about stealth and attics and whatnot quite a bit. So this is going to be presented by Bill, W6OAV, and John, W6NBC. Takes place all online, Google Meet. 6 p.m. for an Elmers session, very similar to this, just a general Q&A, show and tell online, and then at 7 p.m. for the regular meeting. Again, youtube.com/WEREGR8, or if you just search for W0TX or K1DBC, you can find the live video feed from this evening, as well as any other past weekly nets, learning nets, presentations, stuff archived for a few months here. So check that out as well. Also mentioned at the top, we have a groups.io /G/ham learning net group. We post all the check-ins, topics, things like that on there. So if you ever missed anything, you can find info on there. All right, let me wrap things up here then.
W0TX repeater.
This is K1DBC Net Control, or if you wish to contact the Learning Net with any topic suggestions or to set a date to act as Net Control operator or guest Elmer, you may do so at any time via email, drclearningnet@gmail.com. Feel free to drop in at any Wednesday, and I'm more than happy to coach you through this. And it's pretty casual, so there's a script you just kind of have to read from, and just take check-ins and comments, questions. So if you ever want or have any interest in that, let me know. This evening we had a total of 19 check-ins. Really glad more people are checking in online. Nice to see that. We'd like to thank and appreciate everyone who participated. We especially appreciate and thank our Elmers. Thanks to the Denver Radio Club for allowing us to use their repeaters for this net. We invite you to join us on the third Wednesday of the month at 6 p.m. for an Elmers session prior to the regularly scheduled Denver Radio Club meeting at 7. Again, that is going to be May 19th. W0TX.org for more info on that. You don't even need to be a ham radio to participate in that. Please join us next week, the 12th, 19:30 hours p.m., 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time for the next Learning Net. All stations, please stand by while the repeaters are placed into normal mode.
PL on.
All right, this is K1DBC. Glad to hear a lot more check-ins, new people, repeats. It's nice to hear everyone on the air. So with that, I will be clear. 7-3 to all. Everyone take care. See you all next week.
Drone, thank you. AA0JK.
All right, thanks everyone, and you all take care.